Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I'm reviewing the Steelseries Siberia RAW Prism. This is their foray into the lower tier, the more budget priced gaming headset market. Normally their headsets are 60, 70, 100 plus pounds for their various ranges and offerings. So it's going to be interesting to see how Steelseries do at a cheaper price point, offering a budget headset to contend with a whole host of companies that already make headsets for around about the £30 to £40 price mark. So we're going to see how the RAW Prism contends. Steelseries have also sent me over the Elite Prism, the updated version of the Siberia Elite from, was it last year or the year before that I reviewed? And we'll see how that does, and you can find a link to that in the description once it's gone live. Anyway, as customary with my reviews, goodbye box, don't know what that hit. Here is the headset itself. Now, as you can see, it is not sporting the traditional Steelseries Siberia multi-banded suspension support for the headband. It's actually looking like a pretty normal pair of headphones. Obviously, the Prism range of headsets from Steelseries, the Prism indicates that it's got the glowing colours on the side. For the most part, they added one for the Siberia V3s. Obviously, the Elites already had this colour shift and LED colour range on their ear muffs or ear cups. But now they're adding that Prism range to a whole host of their other headsets, and obviously they're launching the RAW with that colour, I guess, to make them stand out a little bit. You know, I've seen a lot of people when I've been looking at other reviews for this in the comments and what have you, especially on Amazon, people saying that the reason why they picked this up actually was because they liked the fact that it had this option to put all the different colours on there. And it is nice. You can just have one static colour, or you can colour shift it as I've got right now, which I prefer. Although, when they're on your head, you're not going to see those colours. And I mean, even with a webcam or a Skype call, unless you're talking to someone like this, hi, they're not going to see the colour really that well anyway. You know, nice little attractive feature on it though. So, obviously it doesn't have that suspension. It is plastic on the outside with a metal band on the inside for adjustment. Should be able to fit even the largest of heads. I could nearly get two of me in here, totally. So, pretty standard, what you need. It is very comfortable. These are very nice, soft, cushiony ear cups. It's a breathable material as well. And I've been using these for a couple of gaming sessions, playing a lot of Witcher 3 recently, and I've not had any ear sweat, as disgusting as that sounds, but you know, they haven't made me get too hot wearing these. Very comfortable, hasn't felt too tight on my head, it's felt nice and soft. They're very lightweight as well. I mean, you know, you're not really going to notice them on they fit, and you're just happy wearing them. One thing I will say is that these are open cup. They're not closed cup, which means that whatever you're listening to, most likely everyone around you is going to be able to hear if you have it at maximum volume. When I say everyone around you though, unfortunately, because this is connected via USB, you're not going to be able to plug this into anything else by your PC, your Mac or your PS4. That's the compatibility options that it actually supports on the box. And I think for a budget headset, I think going USB, obviously that's what powers the Prism and the LEDs. I actually think that's a bad move. I would have much preferred to see this with a 3.5mm jack or set of jacks rather than USB, because these are really nice and comfortable, and I just like to wear them as a normal pair of headphones. But I can't, because obviously I can't plug USB into my phone. And I kind of feel that the thing is, around about this £30–40 range, there are various headsets, some that are USB, some that are 3.5, but I honestly think for a budget headset, it's far better to go and be more versatile and have the option of different jacks to connect with than it is to just limit yourself to USB. Okay, the colours look nice. I mean, I guess they could have equipped it with one of their sound cards or something like that and work it that way. It's kind of a shame because in the past I found SteelSeries to be very good, offering a lot of versatile options for gamers. You know, you can plug it into your phone, you can plug it into PC, you can plug it into a sound card for USB, and it's kind of a shame that their budget one doesn't carry that through, but obviously they are working to a budget, so it's interesting to see which features and functionalities are kind of cut from the higher tier headphones of their range. The microphone is located on the left ear cup, and it's actually by this little nodule there. So again, this does not look anything like other SteelSeries headsets which have that boom arm that retracts, that pulls out and you can retract it back into the actual ear cup itself. You also don't have any inline controls for volume. Nowhere on the cable, the 1.5 meter cable, do you get any kind of control for volume. You all have to do that on your PC or your Mac or your PS4, whatever you connect it to. The microphone though on the left ear cup, if you do press down at the bottom here, there will be a little tone. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but that is to mute and unmute the microphone. So I guess, you know, if you quickly need to tap your ear, smack your ear, while you've got it on, you can just mute your microphone and, I don't know, talk to whoever's entered your den of gaming. Or, you know, if you need to talk to somebody on a different TeamSpeak or something, I don't know, you can do that. But I would have much preferred having a little scroll wheel for volume, or something inline. I said this in my V3 review. SteelSeries got rid of the V2's inline mic, mute and volume control dial off the cable for the V3s. There's no way to control the volume on that either, which is disappointing. I say it's disappointing as well, especially because they built the mic into the ear cup and they've got that mute button. How difficult would it have been to put a volume wheel over here, I'm wondering. But I guess then you start getting the price going up and up and up. But I mean, even kind of a lot of basic headsets within this range have some kind of volume control, and that's kind of what disappoints me a little bit about this. You don't have that much functionality. I mean, you already are restricted to USB, so you can't connect up to your phone. And now you don't have any volume control, so you are really dependent on your PC or whatever, you know, PS4 or Mac that you've connected this up to. It's just a shame, because what I'm getting at here is that, you know, it doesn't have that versatility which I've come to expect from SteelSeries. So it's kind of a shame that hasn't filtered down into this, and I'd love to see, you know, if they do a V2 of these or another version, I'd love to see if they take that into consideration, because I think that's quite important to have that option, and I'd love that extra connectivity. But the balance is you still got to have it cheap at this budget range. Now, talked a lot about kind of the features and the functionality. How does it actually sound? Well, actually the audio quality is pretty darn good. Did my kind of normal test, which is listening to the same 3 songs over and over and over and over. Played some games with it, and went on TeamSpeak and listened to everyone. Audio for the most part is okay, actually. It's pretty good for a $34.99 headset. Bass is quite muddy. Sometimes the mids get pushed a little bit too hard, and one reviewer called it a honky sound effect. I don't know if that's exactly the word I'd use, but maybe that will resonate with some of you guys. I mean, obviously this is not for the audiophiles out there, but then audiophiles probably won't be spending £34 on a headset. You'll be spending a lot more. But for the gamer, sound is fine. For gaming, for listening to music, it's actually nice. And that, again, just coming back to that point, is a little bit why I'm kind of annoyed that it is restricted to USB, because actually the sound's okay. I would love to go out, you know, with this plugged into my phone, listening to some music. And I can't do that because of the USB connection. I would much prefer the 3.5. Scrap the colours. I think that versatility. I mean, let me know. What do you guys feel? Do you feel the colours are worth it? Or would you much prefer a 3.5 jack as well? Microphone. Now, I know some of you have been waiting for me to get onto this topic with bated breath for this. Now, it is on the side, and if you're new to my channel or new to my reviews, you'll know that I go absolutely crazy about microphones on headsets. Normally I'm utterly disappointed, and in the past I have been disappointed with SteelSeries microphones. Have a listen to these sound tests and then I'll give you my thoughts.
This is a test of the Steelseries RAW Prism gaming headset using its microphone built into the side of the left ear cup. I'm doing this with no added software. I've not enabled the mic compression on the Steelseries Engine 3. This is a test of the Steelseries RAW Prism gaming headset using its built-in microphone, but this time I'm using the audio compressor that comes in the Steelseries Engine 3 software. Also, I'm recording the sound test outside, so apologies for any extra background noise, but nice day, wanted to get out in the sun.
Okay, so those first two sound tests, that was using the microphone built into the ear cup with no audio compression for the first one, and then it was using the SteelSeries Engine software that comes along with it, where you can customize all the lights and stuff and EQ presets and what have you to use its mic auto optimization dial thing, and that compresses it and stops it going too high or too low. It does make it a lot quieter, so you may need to boost your volume a little bit in whatever third-party program you're maybe chatting in or something like that, but actually that works quite well, and I think that sounded reasonable. It sounded pretty clear. I'm actually quite impressed. I think to me this sounds better than the Siberia V2s and V3s, and I think it sounds better than the Elite. So I haven't done the review for the Prism yet, so we'll see how that compares. Again, if you want to hear how the Elite Prism gets on with its mic test, then feel free to check out that review in the description. However, when I mentioned that these were open cup earlier, that was me hinting to this, because you're now going to hear an audio mic test with and without the compression while I'm listening to some music at 50% volume.
This is a test of the Steelseries Siberia RAW Prism gaming headset using the built-in microphone while I listen to some music through the headphones themselves. There is no microphone compression on this audio test, but this is to show how much of the music being played through the actual headphones is then picked up by the microphone. This is a test of the SteelSeries Siberia RAW Prism gaming headset with its built-in microphone while listening to some music with microphone audio optimization / compression enabled through the SteelSeries Engine 3 software. You should be able to hear that the music is still being picked up because it's being played through the headphones and the microphone is very sensitive, but it's probably not as bad as before. The microphone compression / optimization in the SteelSeries Engine 3 is helping a little bit.
So, the music really does bleed a fair bit. As I said, people around you are going to hear what you're listening to, but that normally isn't too much of an issue. But when you have a microphone built into the ear cup, it picks it all up. Now, obviously you can noise gate some of that in third-party programs, but when you speak it is still going to come through, and people talking to you on a TeamSpeak are going to almost get echoed through because they will be picked up by that microphone, which is conveniently placed. I do like the placement of it, but annoyingly it's like either I guess it's got to be quite sensitive because it's not near your mouth, you know, it's up here, and last time I checked my mouth was down here, so it's got to have quite an open sensitivity, so obviously it's got kind of a range around about here, which means it's picking up everything coming out of this ear cup here, and potentially this one as well if it's loud. I really wanted to like this microphone, just oversensitive. I mean, if you're just sitting there recording using that microphone, actually it's not a bad microphone just to do a little bit of commentary with, but if you're listening to anything at any kind of reasonable audio level, it is unfortunately going to get picked up, which is a huge shame. I really wanted that, especially when I heard the first audio test, because I did all the mic tests before this, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds good! Damn! And I was on TeamSpeak and people were going, that sounds really nice and clear. That's a shame. So, going to wrap up and give this a score. So it's comfortable, it's got some nice EQ presets, it's got reasonable software, it's got 16.8 million customizable colours that you can put into those ear cups, and overall, looking at it, it's a nice looking headset for the price range. It's sleek, it's easy to, you know, you could travel with this quite well. The sound is okay. Bass is a little bit muddy, but to be honest, I haven't seen many headsets at this sort of price range which get audio really well. You have to pay a lot more to start getting less muddy bass or mids being perfect throughout there. Sound quality is okay. Mic quality on its own is good, and the mic compression software is actually in SteelSeries Engine. I think that's been improved since the last time I used it for the Siberia Elite, because that's a lot better than it used to be. EQ presets, as I said, gives you a good range, and they're quite good. Unfortunately, it's like individually aspects of this headset work really well. It's comfortable, the sound's good, and the mic's good. But altogether, I mean, the functionality, you're restricted to USB and not 3.5, which I would have preferred at this range. You don't have any inline volume control. You do have a mic mute button, which is alright. But then the sound and the microphone together, I mean, obviously the microphone doesn't affect the sound, but the sound affects the microphone, which is a shame because SteelSeries, whatever you did with this mic, it's so much better than ones that I've heard from you before. Obviously, if you're not really bothered about using the microphone, and again, it's quite a discreet microphone, so you're not really going to notice it, and other people won't notice it. You know, if you just want to listen to something plugged in via USB or on your computer, if you just want audio and cheap, and it's fine. And if you can live with a bit of your audio coming through the microphone when you occasionally do voice chat, then it's okay. But that is kind of a stretch because it does take away that feature. Now, I know some people buy gaming headsets and never really use the microphone, so they're all about the audio. So, I mean, if you like the lights and if you like the sound and you like reasonable sound quality, then these are fine for you. If you're looking for a better combination between sound and microphone, there are better options out there for a similar price point, and you get more connectivity through USB 3.5 and what have you. I'm going to stretch a little bit here and give this a generous 7 out of 10. I mean, it is, for SteelSeries, reasonably priced. It is comfortable, and it is a nice looking headset, and you know, it's got the LEDs there, and the microphone on its own is good. I kind of feel like I have to praise them for that, because I'm often absolutely just slating microphones on headsets. It's just a shame that these are open cupped and not closed cupped, because it just bleeds in so badly, as you heard in those audio tests. Now, maybe that doesn't bother you. Let me know your thoughts. Anyway, that's what I'm going to wrap up. 7 out of 10 for the SteelSeries RAW Prism. Let me know your thoughts. Until next time, ciao for now. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. All links are in the description, as well as multiple ways for you to connect with me. While you're there, why not have a look at the link for Green Man Gaming? They have a huge catalogue of games, both new and old, regular deals that are refreshed all the time, and you can save 20% by using my code. If gaming laptops are your thing, why not have a look at XMG? They have a large range of customizable machines, and you can save £30 off a purchase of a gaming laptop by using my affiliate link and code, also found in the description. So, until next time guys, ciao for now.